Hello, greetings. I am Gilles Mansillon. If you are new to the channel, welcome. I'm here to speak about aspect of the law of one, transcendental wisdom, and I wanted to extend an invitation today to remind you that to join this family of light, to know that you are your nature is light, and you want to rejoin this family of light. For we are one family. The essence of our connection is called the Great White Brotherhood. It is the collective brotherhood. It is a great force in the universe. And the reminder is that you are light and love. So it is very important to start building constituency, to find others that are into the same project of moving into the light. And as we can move into this collective frequency of intention and we'll be able to transform the world in a fast, greater way. For I'm going to be, I am being called to get more implicated. So I'm going to be making more communication and messages on some deep, important issues. But I will also be involved. Soon in a different way. I also wanted to say in order to move into that flow, the eternal flow of life that we are this eternal river of light that stands between darkness and light, and it is in between. It's neither dark, neither good or bad, dark or light. It is in between. The river flows in between, and you are the river. And whenever there is something that comes into, because we live in a shadow matrix, something that will have to be discussed, that there is all kinds of mind control programming that has been implemented for like a very, very long time. And so we're going to need to disconnect all those old forces, but we never want to push against something negative, because as we push something against something negative, we have to include it within our frequency, within our experience. And so it is no need to do that. For a sort of light will dissolve all the darkness. Just trust your guides, trust your soul, yourself first, your guides, your creator. And so understand also that there is only two things that you can control, but those things you can control completely is what you want and what you need. Those things, as you move into that, you do not need for desire. You can accept to become whole, to become receptive to the unfoldment of what spirit is unfolding in our life. Also wanted to say that I didn't mention that as a question in the French video last time about the Quran. The Quran. I've been asked to talk very briefly about the Quran. I've read the Quran. I'm not an expert. It is just my own personal opinion, of course. But I had a chance to meet Allah before I read the Quran. He's a great sublime being. He's God. And for me, as far as I can tell, I know, is the Torah, the Bible, and the Quran are the one and same revelation. There is no. It's Yahweh and Allah are two different personalities, but it's only one God, one truth, one point of freedom, and in that sense. So I wish a happy Ramadan to all those who are participating. I also wanted to say that what's very important at this point is to find this point of freedom, this doorway into the fifth dimension, to be able to connect to that unified field. For it is there. It is whenever we are ready, we'll be accessing that, and this will change our life forever. There is a philosopher that I wish to discuss very briefly. It's I think 17th century philosopher who's named Leibniz, a German philosopher, was also a scientist, and he invented binary systems. Nobody understood what he was talking about. We had to wait for the 20th century to figure out what he was talking about. But in many sense, we need to take back his light, and his mission was he was the advocate of God. He was like someone has to speak for God, and he saw they had to do that, and so we have to use whatever wisdom we have to bring it into the world, so that we can offer opportunities for those that we meet that may be open to this opportunity to join this family of light. I hope this message will have meaning for you. I also wanted to briefly discuss an aspect of galactic history, for there is a great deal of memory that we have lost in terms of history of the planet and so on. And this solar system was was very unique in that sense that it had originally had 4 atmospheric planets, ocean planets. And eventually some beings from another galaxy invaded our systems, and they came into this huge planet that was called Maldek. And and they completely destroyed it. It exploded, and there was a war, a galactic war at the time. And then all those beings invaded Mars, and they destroyed the planet Mars, the ocean. And then there was a migration into the Earth, and then the atmosphere of Venus was also destroyed. But the Earth was the only one that could keep our atmosphere as an atmospheric planet, but we inherited all kinds of dark forces from all those invaders landed on the Earth, and this Atlantis was the attempt the later Atlantis was an attempt of resolution of those of all those all the extraterrestrial families that have been that the Earth inherited. But soon there is a great deal of acceleration of energy. The Earth is moving into a faster pace, a faster reality, and so a lot of those dark souls will no longer be able to stay. They'll have to return to the darkness from which they came, or they will be sent somewhere else. But they will no longer be able to be here. For we have to start assuming that responsibility of being our sovereign self, or we have to become our sovereign self first, because before we can fully act upon this divine will. But in many sense, just following the highest good is not that difficult. The good news is that the archangels have noted, have announced that after the ascension, they will use their divine power to reassemble all those four worlds, and we'll have, as a star nation of our solar system, we'll have the privilege of being able to live on 4 different planets of atmospheric quality with oceans, and so all this will be restored, and then we'll move into a higher frequency of light as we integrate into the Syrian star systems. We'll be elevated to move into the portal towards the galactic center, and as we tune in towards the light, we are able to bring this light into our physical body. It is very important to seek to bring the higher light into our physical body, because that will definitely increase our sense of well-being and health. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I'm going to pull one card from the Dakini as an oracle. It is eternal life, so it is the utilization of the circle and the cross. It is understanding the cross of matter and the eternal circle of eternity. For we have that. We have to reconcile all those old energies, to let them go, to move into something more integrated. The painting behind me is a painting from 2005. It's called Two Visitors. I really like those paintings. They're very sad, all very quiet, and those are like celestial visitors in the gallery. There is a definite path of progression that we see from 2005 to 2009. This series, there is a definite process of forward process, and so but those paintings, I almost sold that painting. I'm glad. I mean, I'm not glad, because I enjoy selling that painting. I need to let go sometime of my painting to be able to live, because but in many sense, I know the paintings will be going to exactly where they need to go towards when the time comes. I'm going to finish with a little song. Finish in music. It's a very powerful song from one of the most powerful movies ever created. It's called The Wizard of Oz. There's tons of keys and codes of understanding in this movie. It goes like this. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream's ready to come true. Someday I wish upon a star and wakes up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh why can't I? Follow the rainbow over the streams. Follow the fellow, follows the dreams. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. We hear is a whiz of a whiz, if ever a whiz there was. If ever a whiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because of the wonderful thing he does. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Well, thank you very much. We have to follow the central road all the way back to the heart, to the central place where all the magic happened, and the veil will fall and we'll discover the magician behind the veil, the great heart, the great soul that we are. I hope you enjoyed this video. I thank you very much for sharing, liking, commenting, and I'll talk to you soon. Namaste.